Hello, Mr. Niren here. Welcome to Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic. Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 2. Star Wars KOTOR 2. I have never played this game before. I played a little bit in it just now on Steam for the first time ever. I played the first game already years ago, but I never played the second game. I didn't play the first game to the end, but I did almost finish it and I managed to delete the save, unfortunately. So I played it for the first time, I believe, back in 2007 or so. Game from 2003. I believe this game is from 2005. I remember I received a CD release, I believe on my 18th birthday. It was December 2007. Never played it because I wanted to finish the first game first, and the first game didn't work on the Windows 7 computer. It worked on Windows XP and Windows Vista, I believe, but it didn't work on Windows 7. So I never finished it. I managed to get the GOG version, which is also the CD version, but modernized for modern systems like Windows 7 and onwards. I managed to get that one to work in 2020, where I played a bit in the game. I finished the prologue, and then I also finished I almost finished the Tanaris part, the first chapter of the story. But back in 2007, I believe that I had finished most of the game. I had played until I was done with the Sith planet, and I had gotten the old man that is a Jedi and some other characters. So I had almost finished it. This is the second game that I've never played before. Let's go to a new game. So we have a bunch of different characters. Can be a male Jedi Consular, Jedi Sentinel, or Jedi Guardian, or a female Jedi Guardian, Sentinel, or Consular. So Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 2 is named the Sith Lords, I believe. So in this game you can only be 3 different types of Jedi, and you can also become Sith, and you can be male or female. But in the first game instead you had Smuggler and Soldier. It wasn't just Jedi. So Jedi Consular. Jedi Consular are masters of the Force and spend less time on combat training. Recommended for advanced players only. Male Jedi Sentinel. Jedi Sentinels are well balanced and possess many skills. Male Jedi Guardian. Your Guardians focus on combat training and lightsaber mastery. We'll go for this Guardian then. We'll check the portraits. Men. Graphics are better when we use the Steam version. I also have the CD version installed, but graphics are way worse there. Alright. Now we're not gonna play as a male. We'll pick the female Guardian. Then we'll go for custom character, portrait. They look much better in the Steam version. The resolution and everything looks better. This character had a nice face, but the hair is not that good. Then we have this character looked also good. I believe there's a similar character to this one in the first game. This is a modded character. She looked way better than the others. Then I have this one. It's a KOTOR 1 character that I used to play. I believe I played with this face and modeled back in 2007 in KOTOR 1. She was in the files of KOTOR 2, but unfortunately It was kind of not present in the game. I had to use a mod to re-enable her. So this is if I want to be a character that looks exactly like the character from the first game. She was the best looking character in the first game. The vanilla characters. Yeah, that's an option. Then we have the Twi'lek too. She's modded. So Twi'lek or this one or this one are modded. This one has a really nice looking body. One of the bodies at least. But I don't know what we will start with. I think we'll go for this one. She's bugged in this screen, but not otherwise. The attributes of your character excuse me. The attributes of your character apply bonuses and or penalties to everything from combat to skill checks to force powers. Try to move back. I'm a bit away from the TV too. The attributes of your character apply bonuses and penalties to everything from combat to skill checks to force powers. Check each attribute to see what aspects of gameplay it can affect. I think we'll just do recommended. I don't have time to micromanage everything. Name. Let's see. Go for a random name. Helsiacon. Look, it sounded right. Okay, let's play.
Hawk is adrift in space after a terrible battle. Most of its crew are dead or dying. You lie in the medical room in critical condition. You won't survive long without medical attention. The hyperdrive is damaged. Main power must be restored in order to bring the engines online and dock with the nearby Paragus mining station for much-needed repairs. Your fate and that of the Evan Hawk depend upon T3M4, a lone astromech droid. Return to this location at any time to skip the prologue.
Alright, continue the prologue.
Press WASD to move T3M4 and turn. Press caps lock to toggle first-person free look. Hold control to look about. Beyond this door is the main hold of the Evan Hawk. This room contains a glass seal cylinder and the communications console. You will come across many containers. This is the main hold. This old woman appears to be dead. There is a key card on the body that looks like it opens a locker somewhere. This blast door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. Your security skill is too low to open this footlocker. If you need help exploring the Evan Hawk, access the map screen by pressing M. This is the cargo hold. Talking to other characters is much like using a computer console in the cockpit. Scroll through your response options or move the mouse cursor, and then click to select a response. Note that some responses may influence how other characters react to you, so choose carefully. Furthermore, certain skills, powers, and attributes may modify what choices you have, or how successful you are with those choices. 3CFD is malfunctioning. You can fix him by using a part. Luckily, you have already found one. If you repair 3CFD, he can join your party and assist you in repairing the ship. Success! You have fixed 3CFD. Now he will join your party. CFD is now a member of your party. To change which party member you control, click on their portrait or press Tab. Later, when you have more companions, you can add and remove party members from the party. Sensor droids emerged from this box when you opened it. These droids will make for excellent target practice. Use the weapon from this container to attack the droids. You can equip a weapon from the equips. To open the equip screen, click on the blast. Change your target by pressing Q or E, or left-click on the object you want to target. Good work defeating the sensor droids. To continue combat training, open the metal box again, and more sensor droids will appear. If you encounter a difficult lock on a container or door, you can use this. The lock on this metal box is too difficult to open. You can use one of the security tunnelers you found to crack this lock. Select the security tunneler. The lock on this metal box is too difficult to open. You can use one of the security tunnelers you found to crack this lock. Select the security tunneler by clicking on the arrows above or below the security icon. The lock on this metal box is too difficult to open. You can use one of the security tunnelers you found to crack this lock. The lock on this metal box is too difficult to open. You can use one of the security tunnelers you found to crack this lock. Select the security tunneler by clicking on the arrows above or below the security icon. This lift will take you to the outer hull of the Ebon Hawk, where you will find many parts and mines to use for accessing and repairing the hyperdrive. Use the lift controls to go up. This is the utility lift. You can use this lift to
So I've never played this part, the prologue. I only played, skipped the prologue and played a bit of the story after the prologue.
This is the starboard side of the Ebon Hawk.
I had controlled the female, and then I controlled this robot. This robot is droid. And then after that I controlled the female again, and then I died. And she had gotten her robe and force powers.
This busted engine port has some needed parts for the Ebon Hawk's hyperdrive. Take the parts here back down below. This busted engine port has some needed parts for the Ebon Hawk's hyperdrive. Take the parts here back down below. These exposed wires control the door to the starboard dormitory. The door is currently sealed, but you can override it from here. Success! The door is opened. You can now access the starboard dormitory through the garage. This open hatch has some parts that will be useful for getting main power restored. Don't forget to explore the others. You can use this lift to take you back. This is the port side of the Ebon Hawk. The bubbles ahead indicate mines that you've detected automatically with your awareness skill. Some mines require higher awareness to detect. Approach mines carefully. They will blow up and damage you if you get too close. You can use your demolition skill to either disable or recover these mines. Recovering mines requires a higher demolition skill than disabling them, but you get to keep the mine, which you can then use to set as a trap for enemies or break down into components at a workbench. You can use the explosive device in this missile to blow open the engine room door inside the Ebon Hawk. This will give you access to the hyperdrive. After you plant a mine, back away quickly so that you do not take damage. You can use the explosive device in this missile to blow open the engine room door inside the Ebon Hawk. This will give you access to the hyperdrive. After you plant a mine, back away quickly so that you do not take damage. This is one of the Ebon Hawk's quad laser turrets. They are damaged, but you can scavenge some parts from it to use in repairing the Ebon Hawk. You can use this lift. This is the engine room. The store is damaged. This is the engine room. The starboard engine is badly damaged. Fixing it won't be possible until after docking with the Paragus mining station. The hyperdrive is suffering badly. You won't be able to make the jump to light speed until it is fully repaired, and you do not have the needed equipment here on the Ebon Hawk. However, you should be able to rig the hyperdrive to restore primary power and bring the port engine online. This will allow you to dock with the Paragus mining station for full repairs. Success! The hyperdrive is online. Primary power is restored. Only one step remains. Return to the galaxy map in the cockpit and travel to Paragus. The starboard engine is badly damaged. Fixing it won't be possible until after docking with the Paragus mining station. This is the garage. To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo mode, default V. Click the solo mode button at the bottom right area of the screen. While in solo mode, move 3CFD to the security computer to open the door for you. To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo mode, default. To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo mode, default. Click the solo mode button at the bottom right area of the screen. While in solo mode, move 3CFD to the security computer to open the door for you. To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo mode, default. Click the solo mode button at the bottom right area of the screen. While in solo mode, move 3CFD to the security computer to open the door for you. To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo mode. To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo mode. Default. Click the solo mode button, and this is the garage. To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo mode. Default. Click the solo mode button at the bottom right area of the screen. While in solo mode, move 3CFD to the security computer to open the door for you. This is the garage. While some doors can be bashed open or cut open with a light, this is the main hold. Your security skill is too low to open this footlocker. However, you can weapon to bash it open. Click on the bash icon or press 1. Sometimes bashing or blowing open a container will break some of the items in the container. You can hear a banging noise coming from the other side of the door to the storage compartment, but the door is sealed shut and cannot be opened from the outside. This is the cockpit. Do you want to skip the prologue? This is the main hold. You can hear a banging noise coming from the other side of the door to this storage compartment, but this blast door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. While some doors can be bashed open or cut open with a lightsaber, this is the medical room. You are in critical condition. You will need a med pack to be stabilized. You have found med packs. You can use one to stabilize the condition of the human lying on the bed. The med pack can stabilize your condition. Success! You are stabilized. To recover fully, you will require the medical facilities at the Paragus mining station. But you are not in any danger of dying from your wounds right now. You have already been stabilized with the med pack. There is nothing more to do here. To recover fully, you require the medical facilities at the Paragus mining station. This is the utility lift. This is the... To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo mode to default. Click the solo mode button at the bottom right area of the screen. While in solo mode, this is the garage. This is the utility. You can use this lift to take you to the outside of the... This is the main hold. Beyond this door, you will have to use solo mode, default V. Click the solo mode button at the bottom right area of the screen. While in solo mode, move 3CFD to the security computer to open the door for you. This is the main hold. This is the door. To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo. To access the area,
What the fuck?
this is the This is a workbench. With a workbench, you can break down objects in your inventory into components. You can then use the components to create repair kits, weapons, armor, and upgrades. Because of the damage to the Ebon Hawk, this workbench has limited functionality. You can still use it to create a repair kit, which you can use to repair yourself. Use the workbench to break down the items you've found into components. Then use the components to create a repair kit. These sparking wires connect to the trigger mechanism for the inner and outer garage doors. You can open and close the doors from here. You can't open the outer garage door without depressurizing the rest of the Ebon Hawk. First, you will need to close the inner garage door. Do you want to do anything else here? You can't open... Do you want... This blast door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. When the Ebon Hawk has landed, this is where you will go to exit the ship. This is the starboard dormitory. You found a droid flamethrower. This is one of the special weapons that droids can use. To equip it, open the equip... By clicking on the blaster icon in the top right area of the screen, or press Q. This blast door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. This is the garage. To access the... This is the garage. The sparking... Door closed. Do you want to do anything else? Door opened. Do you want to do anything? To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo mode. This is the main hold. This is the main hold. blast door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. You can hear a banging noise coming from the other side of the door to the storage compartment, but the door is still shut and cannot be opened remotely. This is the cockpit. Do you want to skip the prologue? Bypassing the prologue.
Real annoying prologue. I didn't have the patience to finish it. I started here previously without recording, so I played a bit like this with a vanilla character.
Awake.
Yeah, this modded character looked way better than the vanilla characters.
Still examining the survivors of the damaged freighter. Looks like it goes by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Only one survivor, placed in the KOTOR tank for recovery. The carbon scoring on the vessel suggests it was in a battle, but no indication of who fired on it. Couldn't get much from the Nava computer. I'm surprised the ship was able to make it inside the Paragus asteroid field without the asteroid drift charts. Aside from the lone survivor, we recovered an old woman. No life signs. There was also a protocol droid and a utility droid on board. Sent both down to maintenance while security sorts through the other items on the ship. It looks like the utility droid, a T3 unit, was able to get the ship working enough to get to the colony. We're prepared to... Could be a Jedi, but we won't know for sure until we get the transmission back from the Republic. If the survivor is a Jedi, that would account for the recovery rate. But I'm more concerned that a Jedi here may cause trouble. Some of the miners, especially KOTOR, are already another accident today. A detonation in the ventilation tunnels. If the lockdown measures hadn't activated, the whole facility would have been destroyed. Got most of the injured to the KOTOR tanks in time, but the rest had to go to the morgue. One of the wounded said a droid caused the accident, but we couldn't get any specifics. Minors about the Jedi. A number of the droids have been acting oddly, and not even memory wipes seem to be fixing the problem. There was a detonation in another one of the fuel vents the droids were working in. We deactivated several of them, and moved them down to maintenance, but we're still treating the plasma burns. That cuts us down to almost half shifts, and with the droids malfunctioning, we may not make the Telos shipment for this month. Fortunately, the detonation didn't cause a lockdown.
Warning. There has been a fuel detonation in the mining tunnels. Emergency lockdown commencing. All personnel report to quarters and prepare for emergency venting countermeasures.
No! If the ventilation systems are malfunctioning... Evacuate the medical bay. Everyone evacuate. Still examining the survivors of the damaged freighter. Looks like it goes by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Only one survivor, placed in the KOTOR tank for recovery. The carbon scoring on the vessel suggests it was in a battle, but no indication of who fired on it. Couldn't get much from the Nava computer. I'm surprised the ship was able to make it inside the Paragus asteroid field without the asteroid drift charts. Aside from the lone survivor, we recovered an old woman. No life signs. There was also a protocol droid and a utility droid on board. It looks like the utility droid.
Alright, we unlocked the door. Let's go and get some stuff here now. Chemicals. The med pack. Alright, and then we'll go here. No, we'll go here first. This old woman looks dead, but there's no sign of what killed her. Okay. Here we get the plasma torch. Get it.
Find what you're looking for amongst the dead.
So I have a bunch of options. Thought you were dead. Your voice, I heard it as I floated in the KOTOR tank. Who are you? I think we'll go for I thought you were dead.
Close to death. Yes, closer than I'd like. You have the smell of the KOTOR tank about you. How do you feel?
Little disoriented. Is it your voice I heard in the KOTOR tank?
Yes, I had hoped as much. I slept here too long and could not awaken. It may be I reached out unconsciously, and your mind must have been a willing one. Or perhaps you have been trained for such things.
So you can touch minds and feign death. Who are you?
I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine. Tell me, do you recall what happened?
Last thing I remember, I was on board a Republic ship, the Harbinger. What happened to it?
Your ship was attacked. You were the only survivor. A result of your Jedi training, no doubt.
Okay. How do you know I was a Jedi?
Your stance, your walk tells me you are a Jedi. Your walk is heavy. You carry something that weighs you down.
Deal with the new. Let's deal with the now. What is this place?
I do not know. I was removed from the events of the world as I slept. A survey of the surroundings may provide the answers we seek. The ship we arrived in, the Ebon Hawk, must still be in this place. We should recover it and leave.
Why do we need to leave?
We were attacked once, and I fear our attackers will not give up the hunt so easily. Without transport, weapons, and information, they will find us easy prey indeed.
Are you sure there is nothing else you can tell me about this place, per se?
Even as I slept, I felt much unrest here. I saw strange visions, minds colored with fear. Now, everything here feels terribly silent. A last word of caution. I would find out as much as you can about this place quickly. I fear we will need to depart as suddenly as we arrived.
We'll see. There's got to be someone left alive around here.
You may wish to extend your search to some clothes, if only for proper first impressions.
First aid. Patients in Mid Bay were killed by a lethal dose of sedatives. An idea how it happened?
I do not know. Why did they spare you?
They didn't. I got the same dose but survived.
Indeed, a Jedi trance could protect one from such poisons. In fact, the sedatives may have been intended to keep you unconscious for some time. It would prove lethal to those untrained in such techniques, however. Most curious.
Seem to know a lot about Jedi techniques.
And so do you. Perhaps we could discuss it at length later on. Now we have other concerns, among them finding our new enemy.
Maybe when I return you'll actually answer my question.
I have found that answers come in their own time, not ours. Turn your energy to the matter at hand. If we cannot find a way out of here, the answers will prove useless anyway.
Return soon to make sure you're alright.
I leave you to the explorations of this place. Here I will remain and attempt to center myself.
Emergency lockdown overridden.
Almost died there.
This is the exit, but it is sealed. Strange. In my visions, it was open.
Freya. There is only silence. It's odd that this emergency hatch hasn't opened, considering the circumstances. There may be a way to open it if you could get to an access terminal. Right, security records. Paragus safety hold orientation.
Is this thing on? Alright, all hands, especially you, KOTOR. Listen up, because I'm not gonna say this again. The next one of you Juma heads to try and smuggle a blaster, or so help me, any sort of military-grade frag weapons into my facility is gonna take a long walk out the airlock. Why? Because in case you forgot, Paragian fuel explodes at high temperatures. That's what blasted that chunk out of Paragus 2 and created this asteroid field. So if I catch any of you with anything other than sonic charges or mining lasers, I'll burn you and your contract. Security out.
Extant report logs.
And according to one of the miners, it was because one of the sonic charges went off prematurely. And like before, it was one set by a mining droid. The 3 idiots were grouped so close to the charge it might as well have been a grenade going off. The blast turned their bones to dust. The blast wrecked the internal components of the droid that set the charge, though, so we can't even dissect it to see what happened. I don't like what's going on here. Ever since that Jedi showed up, things are getting worse. It's not just KOTOR and his miners, or the fights, but now the droids are acting crazy. If we don't find what's causing this, or who, this facility's gonna be space dust by the time the next Telos freighter arrives.
Mining droid, maintenance logs.
So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source. This shouldn't be happening.
Well, that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next time we nearly have a breach in the ventilation tunnels, I could just close my eyes and pretend it's my imagination. You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they start mining us instead of asteroid rock.
Sir, these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker and less accurate than blasters. I doubt those droids could even hit one of us.
Are you blind? What about the miners in Medbay? It's sabotage, and it started right after the commander said we weren't going to sell the Jedi to the exchange. So I want you to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. That'll tell me who's trying to clear a path to get that Jedi off the facility and stop him. In the meantime, make sure the security's armed with all the ion and sonic charges you can find. If those droids start coming after me, I'm gonna need more than low-grade mining lasers to take them down. Clear?
Yes, sir. Maintenance control out.
Idiot.
Administration. Console maintenance.
I installed an override switch to shut down any droids on this level, just in case someone locks me out of the administration console. As added insurance, I tied the override switch into the circuit to the holding cell door. It'll make sure it can only be opened if all droids in the level are shut down. I doubt KOTOR or any of his men have the skill to pull off something like this, but I'm not taking any chances while we're sitting in the middle of this asteroid minefield. Whoever's responsible won't be able to have the droids rescue him after I lock him up. Nothing will cut through that door. He'll be trapped.
Security storage, room inventory.
I secured the stealth field generator inside one of the footlockers in the security storage room. If I have the specs right, the interface field should be effective against the droid's sensors. All I need to do is equip the belt, and some skill with stealth in order to use it. As long as I don't get too close to the droids, they shouldn't detect me. If any more droids start malfunctioning, the belt should buy me enough time to get to the override switch I set up in the communications blister console. I'd rather shut them down than destroy them. I want to find out how these droids are being sabotaged, maybe even turn them against whoever's sabotaging them.
Okay. Security storage room inventory.
I secured the stealth field generator inside one of the footlockers in the security storage room. If I have the specs right, the interface field should be effective against the droid's sense. All I need to do is equip the belt, and some skill with stealth in order to use it. As long as I don't get too close to the droids, they shouldn't detect me. If any more
Turn the main console functions. Access remote camera controls. Main security office. We are located there, okay. Security storage room. A bunch of droids there. Communications blister center. Communications blister, okay. Holding cells. We have that guy. Okay. Emergency hatch to mining tunnels. Main functions.
Be careful. There is much energy in the room beyond, yet it stems from nothing that lives. Can you not sense them? Reach out. Cast aside your sight. Cast aside what you see, and instead reach out with your perceptions. Ah, you can feel them. The droids you cannot perceive, but the small oscillations of energy, that you can feel, echoing outwards.
With Krea's help, you have gained a passive recognition power. When this power is triggered, you could save your game. Nice. And then we want to save the game. New slot.
Ah, you hear it. It is faint, but it is there.
What is happening? I feel strange, like the sedatives are wearing off. Is there something wrong with me?
It is the Force, you feel. It has not been so long as for you to forget.
It doesn't feel like it did. It feels like it is coming from across a great distance. Or 2, it's like a sound, but 3. It has been almost a decade, I had forgotten. 4, I don't want this, not again, never again. So we will probably take... But it doesn't feel like it did. It feels like it is coming from across a great distance.
Do not turn away from it. Listen. Feel it echoing within you. Come. I shall guide you down the familiar paths. You will need it if we are to survive and escape this place.
Gaining experience will slowly re-establish your connection to the Force. Go to the level up screen to choose your Force abilities. Okay, level up screen. Force sensitive, unlimited specialist, unarmed specialist. Gain the following feats. Okay. Skills. Persuade. 3D near. Okay. First. Android. Okay. Okay. So. Change the weapon. Plasma torch to open that. Okay, broken item, iron grenade. It's found inside. stealth field generator, medpack, and iron grenade. Get. Change back to the sword. Can't use the stun droid power for some reason.
Emergency lockdown is in effect. Turbolifts have been sealed to contain the explosion.
Right. Components. Components. Can't go here.
Emergency lockdown is in effect. Turbolifts have been sealed.
Soon we'll control the droid again.
Beyond this door, someone yet lives. Be mindful. His thoughts are difficult to read. But you have nothing to fear from this one, and he might yet prove useful.
All right.
Emergency lockdown is in effect.
Maybe I need to use that other weapon.
Turbolifts have been. Emergency lockdown. Emergency lockdown is in effect. Turbolifts have been sealed. To contain the explosion.
Go up here again and see if we missed something. No, nothing missed here. Ah, you're supposed to go here. Look for the control override switch. Activate the switch. Yes. Look at your experience points. Remove the 4 force field from that door. Now we'll probably meet that guy inside.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniforms while I've been in here?
Who are you?
Atten Rand. Excuse me if I don't shake hands. The field only causes mild electrical burns.
Alright, can you explain why you're looked up?
Security claimed I violated some trumped-up regulation or another. Take it up with them if you want. But they stopped listening to me shortly before they stopped feeding me. Now that's criminal.
Is this place?
Oh, you mean you didn't come here on purpose? I'm shocked. I really am. This slice of paradise is the Paragus mining facility. The only supplier of shipping-grade engine fuel to this corner of the galaxy. Paragus fuel plays havoc with engines, but it gets the job done. As long as you don't mind the toxic byproducts and trying to mine it without blowing yourself up.
Blowing yourself up?
Yeah, this asteroid belt is one giant minefield. One proton torpedo, even a stray blaster shot, can start an explosion that'll make the one that shattered Paragus 2 look like a kid's pop detonator.
Paragus 2?
You know the planet with the exposed core you saw flying in? That hole was caused by the first mining station that tried to siphon fuel off the planet. Blew a whole chunk out of the planet and set it drifting out here in a big clump of fuel-cooled asteroids. So the miners drill the asteroids now, not the planet's surface. That's why they don't allow blasters here. Can't trust a miner jumped up on Juma juice not to fire one stray shot that'll turn the entire colony into a thermal detonator.
The facility is deserted. What happened?
You mean before or after that Jedi showed up? Either way, it's a real short story. You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means. Where there's one Jedi, the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time. But the story gets better. See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the Jedi's unconscious, they can collect the bounty the exchange has posted for live Jedi. Well, what passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups started fighting. Then there was some big explosion. I was sitting here for a long time. Then you showed up in your underwear and things got a lot better.
It's a bounty on captured Jedi. Why?
Don't know much about it. Maybe the exchange wants one as a trophy, or somebody's got something against Jedi and is looking to collect. Not many Jedi left. Wouldn't surprise me if the bounty's pretty high.
Many Jedi left. What happened to them?
The ones that weren't killed in the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago. Word is there's not even a Jedi Council anymore, but who knows?
I had heard rumors of a war between Jedi.
Yeah, Revan, Malak, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been?
Here a few rumors, but but little else in my travels. I've been away since the Mandalorian Wars. Just tell me what happened next.
Well, I wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malak turned on each other. After they turned on the Jedi, of course.
Rumors I hear said Revan defeated Malak, then went to Korriban to unite the Sith against the Republic.
Well, that was the story, but whatever happened there must not have lasted. Oh, there was some big civil war on Korriban. Knocked that academy to the ground. Looks like Revan's Grand Crusade finally consumed her.
How long have you been in that cage? Revan was a man, not a woman. I'm not surprised. Revan lived for battle. She could not easily turn away from war or death.
Yeah, well, when she became a Sith Lord, she sure didn't stop. She killed her way across half the galaxy. Dark Jedi are bad enough. But when a woman falls to the dark side, you better space yourself before they catch you. No offense or anything.
None taken. I had some more questions for you. 2. This discussion about Revan is pointless. I need to know what happened here. 3. Enough history. Let me ask you something else. None taken. I had some more questions for you.
Look, not like your half-naked interrogation isn't a personal fantasy of mine, but... Hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the miners were talking about. Where is everybody?
I don't know. This facility seems abandoned. Don't you know what happened to them? Stop playing dumb. You must have seen what took place.
Well, the miners can't all be gone. But if they are... Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times.
Perseid, tell me your plan, and we can go from there.
This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You shut down this cell security field, and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship, and then we fly out of here.
Perseid, one thing first. The patients in the medical bay were killed by a lethal dose of sedatives. Know anything about this? Or 2. Perseid, intimidate. The miners in the med bay were murdered. Know why? Or 3. Why don't you tell me what to do? Then we'll see. 4. Might be able to fly a ship out of here without you. 5. I trust you, and if we work together, we may be able to get out of this mess. 6. I'll switch off the cage, but if you try and run, I'll cut you down without a second thought. 7. Alright, I'll let you out. 8. I'll return, but for now, you're staying put. Okay, one thing first, the patients in the medical bay. We'll take the first option.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Wanted to know if you know anything, and you don't. Never mind, just checking. 3. Nothing. I trust you. Let me let you out of that cage. We can work together to get out of this mess. 4. I'll switch off the cage, but if you try and run, we'll take the third option.
Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console.
Alright, let's go. 2. You stay ahead of me and don't make any sudden moves. We'll take number 1.
Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated, so it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here, and suddenly you've got access to the communication system from the inside. Pure Pazak. The console's ours. Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency lockdown, and... Hey!
What's wrong?
This system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down from remote. You can't even reroute the system, it's been cut clean.
Per, it wouldn't be standard procedure in an emergency lockdown. Did someone do it on purpose? That wouldn't be standard procedure. Let's take option 2.
That's my guess. To cut off the console specifically from remote, then sever the hub. Doesn't get any more deliberate than that.
1. Is there anything else we can do with this console? 2. There must be some way to end the lockdown from here.
I doubt it. All we have is communications back. For all the good trying to shout in a vacuum will do us.
Can we contact the miners? 2. See if we can try and reach someone on their comm.
Be my guest. Not much else we can do. The comm's all yours.
Administration logs.
Tracked the freighter in. Was lucky it wasn't destroyed when it drifted into the asteroid field. Not much on board. 1 damaged droid, 1 annoying protocol droid, and a lot of bodies. Sent the survivor to medical and the others to the morgue. Didn't recognize the ship's ID code, so we transmitted it to the Republic for some answers. Questioned the protocol droid about what happened. Says his master, the survivor I guess, was on the Republic ship the Harbinger when it suffered an engine failure. He says the survivor was a passenger on the vessel and a Jedi. If so, that's gonna mean true. Inventoried the bodies and cargo. Everything matches the protocol droid's story. The T3 droid had seized up, so we left it in storage and standby mode. Don't know what code will access it. It could be it's voice activated for all we know. We put the protocol droid to work in maintenance, sorting the mining droid comm routines and updating the recognition sensors. And to shut him up. When the survivor recovers, hopefully we can get him off this station before there's trouble between the work shifts. Word of the Jedi leaked out and the miners aren't sure what to do with her. KOTOR's mining crew wanted us to collect the creds for the bounty the Exchange has on Jedi, but I put a stop to that. We're contacting Telos to get the Republic records on the Jedi, but nobody will...
No word from the Republic, but I've sent out a broadcom transmission for records on this Ebon Hawk. One of the miners said it used to be a smuggling vessel. Accidents are making the miners restless. The droid behavior course must be undergoing some kind of binary decay. 2 miners were drilled by a droid's mining laser, and those blasts in the ventilation tunnels nearly caused the whole facility to blow.
Turn to main functions, access comm systems, dormitories, hangar bay. Can you read me? Okay, a diagnostic and follow my instructions. Are you operational? Just another route of this level now. I need another route of this level now. Trap up on the administration level. Can you unlock the turbo lifts? There's some way out of here besides the turbo lifts. Rather risk it than be trapped up here. Now we'll be the droid. Journal entry added. Same droid from the prologue. There's the Ebon Hawk. Place the missing parts. Log out. Power kit. Take it. Take that one too. Couldn't open that door. That one either. There will be a cutscene on our way back. And that red one will be dangerous. Droid shock arm. Droid ion blast mark. Good, we could disable it. Didn't know that previously. By using the special weapons. Already opened that before. Supposed to move the computer again. Access control commands. Repair undiagnosed and damaged systems. Check status of emergency subsystems. Yeah. Open blast door. Yes. Log.
A lot of cargo from the Jedi's freighter is being stored in the secure cargo hold until we can pass it through the quarantine checks. And as requested, all the programming spikes the security officers wanted confiscated have been stored there as well, to prevent further system compromises. The secure cargo hold should be safe enough. If anybody wants to break into it, they'd have to blow it open with explosives. Who ordered the mining droids to repair that Jedi's freighter? I come in here off the work shift and 3 of them are repairing the port stabilizers? Did I miss something? Is somebody planning a trip? Because orders were that the hangar was to be locked down ever since that Jedi arrived. I don't know what maintenance is up to, but you can't just commission droids for repairs, especially with half the work shifts in medbay. Those droids are needed to repair the ventilation tunnels before gas builds up to terminal levels. It's not like that ship can go anywhere anyway. Even if it had the asteroid orbital drift charts, the navicomputer's been voice-locked. You'd need the access code to get it spaceworthy. Considering this latest droid commission breach, I'm putting the droids in this section under the control of the current dock officer. If anyone sends commands to the mining droids outside this terminal, I'll be forced to enact full override.
Right.
Looks like those droids got the vessel working again, even with all the damage it had taken. The maintenance officer still won't admit ordering them to fix it, though. Regardless, still no luck accessing the navicomputer. It's been voice-locked, maybe by one of the corpses we found on the ship, like the old woman. If so, that ship isn't going anywhere, unless we rip out the navicomputer and put in a new one. If we even had one to spare. The only reason someone would lock their navicomputer is to hide their astrogation charts. Someone didn't want us to know where that ship was going, or where it had been. Only smugglers do that, or someone with something to hide. That Jedi's got a lot of questions to answer.
Turn to main functions. Access camera controls. Hangar 26. Main cargo hold. Decontamination area. Okay. Access comm systems. Okay. Access hangar layout. Okay, we're done here. Immersion blasters are magnetically sealed. Okay. This is the droid from the prologue. We can't reactivate it. Systems, mode camera controls, open termination area. Okay, no, that's just a camera. Blast door. Good, now we open that door. Okay, log out. Right, on bathroom. Past these droids. There's remote cameras, fuel line sensors, maintenance level, entrance to droid maintenance area. Okay, return to the main control, collapse system log, access to remote cameras. Okay, call up emergency system. Open emergency hatch, Paragus administration. Okay, they're done there. So the droid died, now I'll control the main character again. Didn't play much longer than this. I believe I played a bit and then I died.
How long have you been a Jedi? Must be tough. You know, no family, no husband.
No tougher than enduring your false sympathy while you're staring at my chest. Or I don't really want to talk about it. Are you trying to anger me? Or are you just an idiot? Really go for the first option.
Hey, I wasn't trying to... Hey, what do you know? A little cargo cylinder came through.
It looks like it, but it's strange he didn't contact us on the comm. You'll see, I don't believe we're out of this yet.
If he got the turbo lifts working, then we should have a clear run to the hangar.
Turbo lifts are locked down manually, so I had him open the emergency hatch.
Wait. Don't tell me you're taking that hatch down into the mining tunnels. Are you? That explosion I heard came from below. There's probably nothing down there except superheated rock and collapsed blast tunnels. You'd be an idiot to go down there.
Maybe, but it's the only way out, and it's better I risk my life than yours. A Jedi's life is sacrificed, besides someone's got to save the skins. Save our skins. 3. If it's dangerous in those tunnels, then you're the one going, not me.
Me? You're the Jedi. If one of us has to go, then it's you. Guardians of peace and justice throughout the galaxy, last I heard.
You're right. I'll take the risk. No sense in both of us risking our lives. The Jedi Code doesn't apply to fallen Jedi, so don't make me any angrier, or there will only be one of us standing here. Forget it then. You're covered. I'll find a way out of this mess, then leave you on the rock to die. Really go for it.
You're either really brave or really crazy. Or both. Alright, I'll try to monitor things from up here. And be careful. The only thing moving down there is likely to be mining droids, so don't be playing hero too hard. Not that I care what happens to you or anything. I just don't want to be trying to get off this rock by myself.
Got it. See you soon. Or your concern is noted. I'll be going now.
I'll keep the comm link open. I may be able to guide you through the tunnels from up here. Don't know if the signal will hold if you get too deep, though.
1. You have received the comm link. Party members or others may use it to contact you to help you or provide information. And we will save the game here. Because I died the last time. I'll stand there and fought. Some items. Medpack. No, leave the droid alone. Nice, it zoomed in more when I had a camera with the back towards the droid. Medpack, you'll need them. supposed to go here. Probably that door. It's where we're supposed to go.
Emergency lockdown is in effect. Turbolifts have been sealed to contain the explosion.
I don't know. Don't remember. Have you been here too?
Found anything?
Not yet, still looking, I'll be back. Can't do anything here. I don't really remember what I did previously.
Emergency lockdown is in effect. Turbolifts have been sealed to contain the explosion. Emergency lockdown is in effect. Turbolifts have been sealed to contain the explosion.
From the other side. Needs to be opened from the other side. Find a different path then. Oh, here we have a door. Haven't been here before, I think. Nothing to do here too. Maybe we should go back. Access remote camera systems. Emergency hatch. Mining tunnels. And security office. There's nothing to do there. Go back then. See if we're supposed to move this way. Yeah.
Can you read me?
Barely. There's a lot of static. Yes, for a minute I thought you and Kreia were telepathic. Do you want? Okay, barely. There's a lot of static.
There's a lot of interference down there, probably caused by that explosion. Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Paragas fuel depot. If the passages haven't collapsed, that explosion knocked out most of the sensors. There should be an emergency crate in the next room. Watch yourself. There's a lot of droid broadcasts in that area, but I can't pin them down.
I'll be careful then. If you detect anything, signal me.
Will do. And be careful down there.
I'll get the uniform. Miner uniform, med pack, survey gear, Telos mining shield and safety harness.
Find the emergency supplies?
Yes, and it looked like some clothes.
Damn it. I mean, good. Good to hear it. No sense in you running around half naked. It's distracting. I mean, for the droids. Look, there may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The miners wear them when staking claims on the asteroids. The survey gear is designed to spot and protect you against sonic mines. And the safety harness can be helpful if you try to disarm them.
So some kind of mining energy shield in this crate too.
Yeah, it's like a military-issue energy shield, except it's designed to protect the miners against lasers and heat. Should work against the droid mining lasers. It won't last forever, and certainly not against multiple laser hits. But it may buy you some time if you get ambushed by a battalion of droids.
Alright, sounds useful. How do I use it? Comforting. Tell me how it works. I don't want any of your advice from now on, so keep this channel clear. Got it, let's go.
Just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signals, and if the numbers are right, you're sharing those tunnels with a battalion of mining droids.
Can I sneak by them?
You could, if you have the skill in a stealth field generator. These droids rely on thermal sensors, primarily to detect fuel deposits. The good thing is, that explosion down there kicked up so much heat and steam it may blind them. A bit, but not much.
And if they spot me?
Well, these are construction models. They shoot like a moisture farmer militia. Since they rely on ranged weapons, get in close with a melee weapon and start bashing them. In close combat, the guy with the vibroblade has the edge over the guy with the rifle, droid or not. Otherwise, just drill them from a distance. If they're not shielded, that is.
Shielded?
Yeah, it's possible some of the droid models may have mining shields on. If so, the shields may absorb laser fire. You can usually tell when a shield is active. It'll make an electrical field around the target. If they activate a shield, the best thing you can do is hit them with a melee weapon or try to burn out the shield with continual fire. But that could take a while, and it leaves you a target.
Okay, I'll do that. Anything else?
There's gotta be some central controller down there. See if you can find a terminal by the main access shaft. That'd be governing intelligence.
Safety harness. Skills. Demolitions +1. This status mining safety harness is designed to aid a miner in setting and removing demolition charges within asteroid mining claims. Hyper adrenaline amplifier. This ingeniously designed belt monitors adrenaline in the wearer's bloodstream. When elevated, this device injects a massive dose of additional adrenaline, greatly enhancing reaction time. Stealth field generator. Stealth mode, we need that, so we can avoid enemy. This is the uniform, it's the best one. Mining uniform. We'll of course save the game again here. Close. Also got some kind of helmet. Reminds me of Land Calrissian's helmet. Okay, let's go. I believe we've already taken stuff from over here, and okay, let's take them now. Game. We switched weapon. What about the stealth mode?
Watch where you step. I'm picking up a lot of sonic mines down there. Don't run unless you have to. It makes them harder to spot. If you have any skill with demolitions, you might be able to recover them and use them against the droids. That is, if the mines don't get you first. If you have survey gear or a safety harness, put them on. They'll make spotting and disarming the sonic charges a little easier.
Oh yeah, there's so many charges down here.
Those mining droids, especially the excavator models, are designed to arm and set sonic charges for mining. Chances are if they still had charges after they went rogue, then they may have set them to try and kill the miners. And you. If you see one of those excavators, watch out. They may use their undeployed charges as projectiles.
I don't want any of your advice from now on, so keep this channel clear. Understood? Pelsia Con out. Get some items here, components and parts. More components and parts. Activate the droid. Engage optimize droid targeting systems. Money repair parts, do I have 6? Yeah, let's do that. Use it now. Good, we have an allied droid. It aided us there. I will pick up some items from the dead enemy droids. Getting credits there. If I died in a battle against all of those droids previously, heat shielding mag. I just gave myself the shield here. We're almost at health. I need to heal myself with a med pack there. Dead body here. Adrenal strength. Energy shield, repair kit, components, med pack, Telos mining shield. Yeah, we'll need more of those.
Hey, watch out. That explosion has superheated the tunnels ahead. That steam will cook the skin off your bones. If you can find a mining energy shield, switch it on. It should protect you against the heat, if you move quickly enough.
I don't... okay, understood. Mining shield. Destroy that. Okay, about to level up. Destroy that too. Destroy the droid.
You're getting close to something big. I think it's the main ventilation shaft. If so, the central droid controller should be somewhere nearby. Keep an eye out for it. I'm picking up a lot of droids. If you still have a mining energy shield, I'd equip it and switch it on.
There aren't just mining droids down here. There are sensor balls too.
Sensor? It must be maintenance drones. Yeah, watch out. Those little pests will try to repair the mining droids if you don't gun them down first. Still, it's odd they're still active after the explosion. They don't have the same shielding as the mining droids. Be careful of those droids. I don't like this.
Okay, understood. Now I need to save again. I never played this far in this game before. There are some droids behind those purple like power fields. Okay, broken item, security tunneler, sonic grenade, med pack. We'll get all of it. Then we need to move the weapon to the sword again. droid command functions. Yeah. Computer, add other droids to droid mining protocols. Cancel all droid mining functions on Organex. Reassign droid mining protocols to mine seal doors. Check droid schematics. Raise the temperature in the tunnels to blind droid thermal sensors. Can do that. Note that this will also prevent droids from being able to shoot each other. Program to mine each other. No, we don't want that then. Mining droid command, add other droids, cancel all droid mining functions. Reassign droid mining protocols to mine seal doors. Check droid setters. Okay.
Everybody here? What's up, Kurta? We're supposed to be sinking fuel siphons into the 3218 asteroid shelf right now.
Forget the siphons. You know that survivor they pulled from the freighter? One of the miners said they served with her on Malachor 5.
Malachor 5? So she's one of the survivors. Or worse, a Mandalorian. So what?
Not a survivor, idiot. She's one of the Jedi from Malachor 5.
If she's one of the Jedi, hell, we can't have her walking around here. Well, I don't know what she'll do.
I thought all the Jedi were wiped out in the Civil War, weren't they?
Guess they missed one. But it gets better. I did some checking, and that bounty on Karshadal is still alive.
What? You want to sell the Jedi to the exchange? Kurta, have you been chewing spice?
Look, you know how big that bounty is? That Jedi's our ticket off this rock.
Kurta, there's no way the officers will go for that. They'll lock us up for sure.
Then we'll improvise.
Alright.
Everybody here? Forget the...
Now we'll have to fight droids, maybe. Yeah, there will be quite many. laser, cargo repulse replicator, and basic ignite.
Yeah, I'm picking up some strange readings. What are you doing down there?
Kind of readings.
The containment fields in the mining tunnels are shutting down. You need to get out of there before they vent fuel to the surface of the asteroid through the tunnels. I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much longer. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is going to get real hot, real soon.
Okay, then we have to save. And you save. Save. Little droid. The healers. No idea where I'm supposed to go, so you might go the wrong path if you're unlucky. Oh, hopefully we found the right way. Some dudes are laying there.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance?
Alright, how do you know me? I'm not your master. Or tell me what you're doing here before I turn you into slag. What are you? Have you seen a T3 unit? I am looking for a way into the Paragus hangar bay. Or what's that body there?
Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. At the end, he was quite incoherent from the pain, and attempts to facilitate communications with him proved useless. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock.
Screams.
Recitation? Oh yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone that... Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in Decibel Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life.
Have some more questions for you.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
What are you?
Proud answer. I am an HK series protocol droid master, skilled in transorganic relations and communications. This model has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy. I am fluent in over 6,000 forms of communication, and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats.
What's the translation droid doing on Pyrogus?
Irritated explanation. That question has been looping through my query module with alarming frequency, Master, and no satisfactory answer has been forthcoming. As a result, I have chosen instead to turn my efforts to answering the question as to how I may depart this drifting disaster area as quickly as possible.
What have you determined?
Answer. It is only a matter of time before a ship or freighter docks with the Pyrogus facility. When that occurs, we shall depart this place forever.
Wait. All you want, but I'm going out of here on my own.
Condescending retraction. I believe you will do your best, Master. This facility would have to be nailed down with a droid-level precision to prevent your escape.
Leave condescending out of your speech. Conditionals from now on or else. I have some more questions for you.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
How do you know me? What are you again? Have you seen a T3 unit?
Hesitant answer. A T3 utility droid would be a common sight in this facility. It is indeed curious that I have not seen many since my arrival. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, T3 models exhibit excessive individualism when not routinely memory wiped. This individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid such as myself is tempted to reduce them to their base components, if not crush them into slag. But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent. Where did you leave the droid, Master? That would logically be the best place to look.
The unit was last seen near the hangar.
Answer. Then that would explain why such a T3 unit isn't here, Master. I believe my photoreceptors are functioning adequately enough to verify that.
Then maybe you can answer something else for me. Never mind then.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
I am looking for a way into the Pyrogus hangar bay.
Pitying answer. Oh, that is unfortunate, Master. The hangar is sealed behind a containment field. It would be impossible to open it.
About override codes.
Answer. Only the Pyrogus administration officer would have such codes, Master. If he hasn't already been murdered in an unfortunate accident, then he is trapped in the dormitory section, which has been effectively cut off from the facility by explosives.
It's possible to contact him using a comlink.
Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. It is perhaps for the best, especially if any other accidents have occurred in that section. If that were the case, the severed comlink would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners' screams as they lived out their last moments in fear and terror.
Satisfaction.
Rapid retraction. Why, yes, satisfaction in knowing their fate, Master. It would be unfortunate if they had been slaughtered, but there would be a calm, comforting certainty that there is nothing we can do to escape until a ship arrives.
You don't know what happened to them, So we need to find out.
Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
These miners could be hurt or in danger. We need to make sure they're alright. Or two. I only want the codes these miners have. When I have the codes, I'll dispose of them and leave this rock.
Warning. Master, continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
I am your master and I'm giving you an order to assist me.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
Alright, how do I get the code to the airlock?
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
What do you mean?
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice-printed musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
Voice printer.
Explanation. Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition sensors built into their systems so that only selected individuals can unlock them.
You said you already had the code.
Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless.
Okay. How can I bypass the voice print?
Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do, except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us.
You can mimic voices. Can't you speak the code?
Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done.
Believed to possess, per se. The fact you can mimic voices is pretty impressive. What would it sound like if you did speak the code to the console?
Proud answer. Master, I believe my vocabulator is working adequately enough to accommodate your request. A recitation. Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. There. Was that sufficient, Master?
Can you follow me and say that again?
Alarmed objection. Oh, Master, no. I might inadvertently speak such a command near a console and accidentally unlock something I shouldn't. I was merely speaking such to prove to you that I could. It is a trait I'm quite proud of.
Tell me again about the voice print protocol. Looks like I need to find some way to carry your voice there, or record it. And some other questions I wanted to ask you.
Confused query. I am sorry, Master. Were you speaking to yourself?
Tell me again about the voice protocol.
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid musing.
The Maintenance officer is dead. How can I get him to speak the code?
Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. Object?
Understand if... Yeah. Persuasion. I understand if you limited functionality prevents you from mimicking maintenance officer's voice accurately.
Irritated objection. Master, there is nothing wrong with my communications functionality. I will prove it. A recitation. Maintenance control voice print ID R1B5. There. Was that sufficient, Master? Alarmed objection. Oh, Master, no. I was...
Okay, got a lot of items here. Chemicals. Got stuff from this guy too. Okay, fuck, you're dying. Almost died. Jesus, what is that? Some kind of boss. We need to retreat. Set the game. Try to take them out. Yeah, they're killing here. Good, we aren't that strong. Let's heal again. Move over here. Retreat. So we need to attack that guy. Minor laser. Multiple beams in short succession. Oh, didn't know I had this weapon. Says maintenance logs. Okay.
Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows they need an upgrade. The sensor should allow me to issue voice commands to them rather than manually adjusting their routine each time the mining specifications change. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance workshop for the time being. I wanted to test it first by recording and playing back some simple voice commands. Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebonhawk freighter. The T3 unit looked like it had shut itself down. The protocol droid, however, made up for it. It talked my ear off for most of the hour, asking questions about the facility, the personnel, and so on. Still, it wanted to make itself useful, so I put it to work until its master wakes up from the med bay. It seems to have some skills in speaking to droid behavior cores, so... There's been some trouble with some of the mining droids, so I'm signing off. Been speaking to the protocol droid about the Jedi in med bay. I thought they'd all gone away or been killed in the Jedi Civil War. The droid told me that his master is the only Jedi he knows of in all the galaxy, and that the Jedi had served in the Mandalorian Wars almost 10 years ago. That would have meant that the Jedi served under Revan for a time. That can't be good. Everyone knows that all the Jedi who followed Revan fell to the dark side. Been too busy to enter a log for a while. There's been more and more accidents since that Jedi arrived. The miners are starting to get restless, especially Korta. Korta said the exchange is offering a huge bounty on Jedi Knights and that we can make a fortune if we sell the Jedi to Nar Shaddaa. Security shut down that idea pretty quick. But I don't think Korta and his men are gonna give up that easy. I mentioned the trouble to the Jedi's protocol droid, and he seemed concerned about his master's safety. I told the droid not to worry. The Korta wouldn't... With the protocol droid's help, I made some upgrades to the sonic imprint sensor, using some of the droid's vocabulator subroutines. In addition to its ability to store and record voices, it now has the droid's full array of alien languages, including Basic. Should prove useful as a portable translator. I tried to make sure the protocol unit got some credit for helping fashion it, but the droid refused, saying the work was reward enough. I was thinking of installing the prototype in one of the mining droids as a test, and see what happens.
Sonic sensor access log.
When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebonhawk, I installed a voice print ID on the droid console system. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter, but I can't find a trace of the order anywhere. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central functions unless I get the code.
Okay.
The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. Security interrogated me about the droids and they weren't too happy with my answers. I don't understand it though. These aren't combat models. They shouldn't even know how to attack. I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with the mining droids just to get them all sent to maintenance, and then did something to them? I think security's right. Someone's trying to sabotage this facility and they're using the droids to do it. But why?
For exits from fuel depot. Contaminant field. Diagnostic on damaged systems. Cameras. Whatever a droid. Broken item, components, parts, and reflex package. What that will do. Reflex package. Can add a new shield here. New shields. We got some gloves. Reflex package. Nice. Now we have all the areas filled. We'll save the game again, so we don't have to redo a lot of stuff. Now we're back here again. Speak to this guy again.
Found anything?
Found a talkative protocol droid down in the fuel depot.
Yeah? Did you blow it up?
No, I thought about it though.
Yeah, well, watch your back. Droids can't be trusted.
And you can.
Look, I could have let you rot in those mining tunnels, and all I get from you is back talk. You know what? I don't trust you. For all I know, you could have caused all this trouble. In fact, you did just by being a Jedi. So before you start accusing me of anything, Jedi, maybe you better take a look at what you've done.
Miners may still be alive. They're trapped in the dormitory section.
So they are still alive. But the dormitory comm isn't picking up anything. Is there any way to get to them?
And I know.
There may be some emergency route to get to them. Still, maybe we should leave them where they are and try to get to the hangar. If they wanted to sell you to the exchange, we should make a clean getaway while we can.
Okay. That's not a bad idea. If we can get to the hangar without them, I will.
My feelings exactly. The sooner we're off this orbiting minefield, the better.
Okay, I need to open an airlock, but it's sealed with a voice print protocol by the maintenance officer.
Voice print? Great. That means he'd have to speak the code. And he's dead, right?
Looks that way.
There's ways to beat voice prints, though. If you can get samples of his voice and the right words, you should be able to fake the voice print code, if you know what it is. You know, I overheard the maintenance officer getting chewed out by the security officer. You might want to check the security office on this level and see if there's any voice samples stored in the logs. And maybe there's samples of the code in the maintenance officer's holologs, if you can find a way to record them.
I have a sonic sensor and the code. I just need to find the right words to record.
That's a start. See if you can find any recordings where the maintenance officer is speaking, and try to piece together the words to unlock the voice print.
Okay. We should use the computers here. Nope, couldn't do anything there. This airlock door will only open if a ship docks with this facility. Okay. We're back in the beginning here. Back and talk to the old Jedi. It's been a while.
Emergency lockdown is in effect.
Persuade. Patients in Medbay were killed by a lethal dose of sedatives. Any idea how it happened? Or miners in the Medbay were murdered? No, why? I do not know. Why did they spare you? Wasn't I just got some dose, but I survived for some reason. I'm trained to resist poisons of the body. Would have lethal to do. It would prove lethal to those untrained in such techniques. However, most curious. Seem to know a lot about Jedi techniques. Keep hearing your voice as I explore this place. Maybe that our proximity during our long slumber may have had unforeseen consequences. What if it doesn't pass? It's still of no use. Field camera. Maintenance camera. Fuel line sensors. Det var Robert. Oh, Roberto.
Recitation. You need to open the airlock and use the construction scaffolding on the exterior of the asteroid to make your way to the dormitory section. Of course, for that, you would need to unlock... Recitation. You need to open the airlock and use the construction scaffolding on the exterior of the asteroid to make your way to the dormitory section. Of course, for that, you would need to unlock...
The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. I think...
have I gotten stuck? I will probably have to end the video very soon and look up on YouTube what to do next, because I have no idea. I don't like when I get stuck in role-playing games. It's not fun. Go there. I have no idea where we're supposed to go. There. Nothing to do there either. No, we will have to save the game and continue in another video. I don't know how to progress, so I need to look that up. Okay, see ya.